Alone on a Wednesday morning watching nothing but Ristar? Gosh, you're awesome. Hi, friends. Good morning. My name is Lizstar, and I will be playing some Ristar for you. I might be known for this video game. I am our event's cataclysm coordinator, as I have called myself, where if things go wrong, I will fix them. Currently, what has gone wrong is that everyone is too good. So we need to insert a game in the schedule. And if you have ever watched a Frame Fatales before in your life, you will know I will play Ristar for literally any reason. So we're going to play some Ristar right now. I should have reset the game because it's very far away. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. I should have reset the game before we went live. Well, I hope y'all are having a good one. My EverDrive is not. Hi, I'm down here now. Are you going to work? No, you're not. We're transitioning back to break for a minute while I get this set up. Be right back. Alone on a Wednesday morning watching GDQ. Gosh, you're awesome. I can use the same joke twice, because some of you probably left. Hi, welcome back. My name is Lizstar. I am the Calamity Coordinator, Cataclysm Coordinator, where if something goes wrong, I fix it. What went wrong was that everyone was too good, and I need to insert a game into the schedule, and usually when that happens, I will play Ristar, because I'll play it for literally any reason. Also, my version of Ristar stopped working, so we had to go to a break screen while I got it set up. Luckily, and I'm literally not joking with you, I keep a copy of Ristar on my person at all times in case this happens. However, the copy of Ristar I have is not the right version, so this will be slightly slower. And one of the bosses will be way more obnoxious, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I think I'm about ready to go. Oh, I do want to let you all know, this is a Learning with Liz preview of Ristar. Basically, later on this week, I will... Is the color incorrect for anyone else? It is definitely, like, burnt for me. This is a special version of Ristar. Whatever, it does not matter. I'm not able to use my actual Sega Genesis because the wires kind of ripped apart last night. It's been a night! This is a Learning with Liz preview where I will be playing a game that I can teach someone later on. You can vote by donating to the Malala Fund, and I will teach someone how to speedrun one of my games. This is one of the ones on display. We also have Darkened Sky, Richard Scarry's Busy World, and Wizzin' Liz. So, just so you can see the kind of crazy stuff I have to teach people. I'm ready to go, so let me count us down. This will be the 100% category, by the way. We all set? All right. 3, 2, 1, go! All right. Good morning, everyone. Ooh. This is Ristar. It is a 1995 platformer made by the people who made Sonic. Oh, the sound cut. Oh, goodness. We have been having a lot of technical difficulties today, friends. So if there are some issues with the stream, show us pity. It's early. I slept on this couch. I'm not joking. So it's made by Sega, and you might notice it kind of looks a little bit like Sonic. And here is a bonus stage. Now, usually we'll skip these, but it's 100%, and if you don't know what 100% means, it means we do 100% of the things. So, in this game, there are a bunch of bonus stages, one in each level, and it's a simple get to the end of the area and grab the treasure chest. Simple as that. Each world is 3 levels, one with the mini-boss, then another level, and just the boss. And this is Flora, the simple grassland, because, grass world, water world, fire world, jungle world, boss. Choo-ka-choo-ka-choo. Here's the jungle. You may notice that I used a pole earlier. That is the biggest speed tech of this game, and also the hardest part. When I teach someone this game, I will be probably focusing on that. So the way it works, I just skipped a big thing right there. Basically, the way it works is you hold in the direction you're facing, and you speed up. And then when you get stars around you, you go into what I call star mode. And when you're in star mode, you basically can't control yourself as well, and you bounce around like crazy. But if you position and aim yourself really well, and it's usually within like 2 or 3 frames, it's a very small window, you're able to skip some things. So I skipped that log. Normally, you'll bump up against that log, and you hit it twice, and then Ristar goes, "Oh, wow, I knocked down a log." And he's like all cute, because he's super cute. We completely skipped that. A lot of time save. Here's a trick I call assaulting the wizard. Let's see if I can get it. All right, well, I got 2/3 of it, which is still pretty fast. So basically, this is the leader of this planet. He is being mind-controlled by Riho, the monkey on his back. The monkey on the back is the actual enemy. In order to fight the boss normally, you would hit the wizard 3 times. Riho would drop off, you hit Riho. However, if you climb on top of the wizard first off, you can, like, kind of snake your arms around him and drag Riho into you through the wizard. So that's what I call assaulting the wizard. It's a very specific input. I will probably not be teaching that because it took me a long time to learn, and it is very precise. Welcome to Planet Undertow. This in these weird, funky colors is so strange. Welcome to Planet Undertow. Everyone hates water levels because they have eyes and they can play video games. But Ristar's water levels are actually extremely fun because they are super fast. They're very fun to play, especially at a higher level. Like this, where I just immediately know where to go. So if you're playing it casually, it might be a little more stressful because you don't exactly know where everything is, and you move so fast you bump into things. Almost like Sonic the Hedgehog. This was not made by Sonic Team. That is a common misconception. It was made by the same team that made Nights into Dreams. Basically, they made this game. It was some people from Sonic Team, but it was technically not Sonic Team. And they made this and then went to Sega and were like, hey, we want to make a sequel because we feel like we made a really good game. So we have a bunch of ideas. And this game was not important to Sega. They did not care in the least. So they said, no, go make Nights into Dreams. Which I'm happy with, I guess, because Nights into Dreams is good. But Ristar is my favorite game of all time. So screw you, Sega. This was unfortunately not the biggest game, but it is a cult classic. So this level is the other water level. Essentially, it is a few labyrinthian rooms, and we need to solve puzzles. This usually involves beating something. Here is... All right, so that's the frog jump. It's relatively precise. You have to, like, stop for a brief second. But yeah, most of them involve, like, killing an enemy and then a door opens. Simple stuff. Do we have a host hanging out right now? Ooh, I'm the host. I'm the host with the most. You are pantomiming to me, and I am unfortunately ill-equipped for pantomiming. I'm also blind, so whatever you're writing on that piece of paper, I won't be able to read it. Anyway, I really love this game. If you haven't checked it out, you probably should. Like I said, I will play this game for literally any reason. I've played it at every Frame Fatales event that has occurred so far, and I really hope that I continue to do that. It is the backup game. It's the oh, let me kill you. Okay. It's the tradition that if things explode, we'll play Ristar. I just realized I did not get the 100% item in the previous level. Well, that is unfortunate. This will not be 100%. This will be 95%. So I didn't get it in the one before that either. Oh my gosh. So I need to let y'all know, if you've never played a video game before, that's not exactly what I meant. If you've never speedran a game before, there we go. If you've never speedran a game before, there are multiple categories you can do. So there's any percent, there's 100%. 100% requires going a little bit out of your way to get some extra items. If you're extremely used to playing any percent, like I am, as in I have done it like several thousand times, you will probably think you're on any percent. When I do attempts of 100%, I basically need someone next to me to poke me with a cattle prod and tell me, hey, can you please, like, do 100%? You've had to reset multiple times because you keep thinking any percent. Anyway, this is OSAT. He's a jerk. He is like the biggest problem with this run is that this run has a lot of RNG. Basically, he has 3 attacks. He is giving me really bad RNG. He has 3 attacks he can that you can hit him during, and 3 attacks you cannot. He can give you a max of 2 attacks you cannot hit him in. He has given me for each movement. That was above average bad RNG, which is beautiful. Exactly what I needed. Thank you, OSAT. And off we go. Some nice chai tea. It's like I need to wake up or something. This game has a lot of RNG. I'm on world record pace now for 90%. So this is Scorch. Because I'm on world record pace, I will waste time to show you something cute. Never mind. There are explosions near me. I probably should have known. All right, I will now waste time. Mostly so I can drink my tea. Look at this idle animation. It's adorable. Okay. This game has a lot of charm to it. This game is so charming and pleasant. It is, in my opinion, the most beautiful game on the Genesis. And if you do not know me, I am very qualified to make that statement. I am playing every single Genesis game. People have given me the title of the Genesis Queen. Oop. Okay, so I messed up the strat. So I'm going to give a few attempts to a different strat. Normally, you're supposed. One of the things is you can carry that statue of yourself over here. However, if you drop it, because you kind of have to make rather precise inputs, that can drop it. That is a 1 in 4 chance. So that was pretty good RNG right there. And here we are in the Simon Says boss, which I know I'm going to die to. I have 1 health. I know I'm dying to the Simon Says boss. I have a really bad memory. Hey! So I'm going to kind of focus real quick. Otherwise, my focus would be crocused, and I don't want that. Okay, that's pretty easy. And after you do 2 of them, it gives you some health. As a kid, I really needed that. Like I said, I had really bad memory. Okay, that's not bad at all. All right, so that was Scorch 1. Now it's on to Scorch 2, which is the hardest level so far. Very difficult. It is 3 spins in a row. 3 difficult spins, so I'm going to focus real quick. Perfect. Oh, that was beautiful. That was like the second best spin you could. Oh, of course I messed that up afterwards. All right, that's fine. And then 1 more spin here. Oh my God, that's beautiful. If I hadn't messed up that jump, I cannot read, sweetheart. I am blind. They keep holding up paper to the window like, Liz, please, we're trying to send you messages. I'm blind! Clearly, I should learn how to play this game blindfolded. Perfect RNG already, Adahan. Thank you so much. So Adahan has 2 attacks he can do. 1 is flying in the air. Thank you. That is extremely important. He has 2 attacks he can do. 1 involves flying up in the air, which is the one you do not want him to do because it's slightly longer. This is Adahan. His noise he makes is my text tone, which terrifies my cat. Good RNG. Hey, that was pretty good RNG. Above average. And then the second part of the fight is, of course, trying to catch him as he falls down. That was a very good out-of-hand fight, except for that RNG. I think this is one of the coolest fights in 16-bit like games, just in general. It's a really awesome set piece and very well made. It is also extremely hard, especially if you are a newer speedrunner to this. It will kill a lot of runs. Alright, so we're moving onto my favorite world and the hardest level in the game. This is Sonata, the music world. It is an escort quest where we need to carry this metronome to the end. Right now I'm trying to do what's called the God Cycle, where I do everything exactly perfectly. If I mess up any movement here, we will miss the cycle. I messed up some movement. Oh, yep, I messed up some movement. So we're gonna miss the cycle. Basically, this level has those wind turbines, and we needed to move at just the right way to hit the earliest wind turbine. So we're going to have to wait a brief moment here. Oh, can I make that in time? All right, that's good. At least we didn't have to wait through a cycle. That's the important part. I forgot to pick up every single 100% thing in Scorch. I am really bad at 100%. I have not practiced 100% in a long time, for the record. Like I said, I mostly do 80%, but we needed a longer category, so 100% it is. Or in this case, we'll call it Lizstar. So we should probably change the category to whatever percent, and the time to when I'm done. Because who knows? Where did my metronome go, video game? Oh, there it is. I will repeat that meme. That is serious. Do the meme. If you have to say, Liz, are you serious with the meme? You clearly don't know me well enough. I'm always serious with my memes. Name the category, whatever percent. All right, so this is the hardest trick in the game. Give me just a moment. Wow, first try. Okay, that's really, really good. That is a double frame perfect trick. It is frame perfect release on the very end, like right before you move into star mode, in order to go up, and then a frame perfect grab to, get up there. Now, since this is the American cart, this boss will be kind of difficult. Okay. So, basically, okay, I'm doing pretty good so far. Okay, come on. Work with me here. Ah! Okay, so, let's explain this boss and the differences between the American and Japanese cart. So, the American cart, you see the boss as it is. In the Japanese cart, there are little musical notes that appear above their head that tell you when they're about to drop. Which, we use to our advantage to actually position ourselves to fight them better. So I might have been able to do that if I had known which ones were going to attack when. Unfortunate, but that's the American cart. There are two other differences. There's a one frame difference in, there's an animation that is not in the Japanese version in Automaton 1. I will talk about it when we get to it. And there is a difference in graphics to the boss of the next world. I will definitely talk about it when we get to it. So this level is all about damage, like trying to not take too much damage so that you can do damage boosts. Unfortunately, those enemies at the two like birds at the beginning are basically RNG whether or not you can hit them and not take damage. So it's just kind of a matter of if the game allows you to do damage boosts in this level. I haven't quite figured out how to make it consistent yet, but it's a thing. And by I mean basically everyone who runs this. This game has a very good, vibrant, and very nice community. We're all very nice people. This community also is the community that started Blast the Process, which is a marathon that I occasionally run with other friends who ran this game, where we showcase Sega games. All right, so this is Awek. And he really does not like the singing, and he thinks he can do better. He is incorrect. So this boss is really difficult if you're playing it casually, because when you go into this pedestal, it knocks you backwards. However, it knocks you backwards. So if you face left and grab up, you just get knocked back into the pedestal, and that allows you to hit him very quickly and very easily. So if you're playing this casually, that's a hint. Very easy speedrun trick for you. This guy can be very mean with RNG, because sometimes he can just fly up to the top and we won't be able to hit him. We have one more hit on him. Perfect. That was perfect RNG. All right, heading off to the next world. This is the snow world. This game is magical because the water levels and the ice levels are really good. It uses ice in a different way. It doesn't do the low traction thing. You'll see. I actually really like how they do the ice levels. All right, so here's Planet Freon. Oh, that's right. This is another difference. I always forget this exists. So this is not in the Japanese version. This is I guess because Sonic 3 did it, and it was popular, where Sonic skis down Ice Cap, they wanted to have Ristar do it. That's an extra, 15 seconds. I always forget that exists. All right, so you just cannot control yourself and just slip on the ice and fall. It's also a very cute animation. Whee! Ristar is just having a good time. I love this level. This is, it's either this or Sonata 1 is my favorite level. This is definitely my favorite music, though. This track is so good. I want this track to play on my funeral. It would not fit, but to be fair, I didn't really fit anywhere in my life anyway. So, there you can see this guy trying to hit you throughout the level. That's the bully. Quite rude. Get out of here, bully. And before we head there, I want to show you another idle animation. Look at the snowman! It's adorable! Ristar is the cutest game ever made. And that idle animation is important because we use it to create snowballs for the snowball fight. That was a perfect snowball fight. Okay, so when you release the snowballs at it's about a 3 pixel range near the bottom, not quite at the bottom, but near the bottom, you do a super snowball that he cannot dodge. So if you do 2 of those and then a quick snowball hitting him, because it stuns him slightly afterwards, so you don't want to do 3 in a row, then you can kill him very quickly. However, if you mess it up, you don't hit him with the snowball. So it's a tricky trick, but checks out. Here's the last kind of water level. Would you let me go through, please? Thank you very much. Hi, Santa. Bye, Santa. I call this Dr. Seuss Land because of all these weird ice cream trees in the background. I'm a little nervous about my health prospects, but we have a health chest coming up soon. This level has one of the other harder tricks in the game, ice slope jumps, which we will talk about in just a second. All right, so here's slope jumps. So, as you can see, when Ristar goes on ice, he loses traction and just slides. You can turn that around. I cannot believe I'm actually sitting up. What am I, a tryhard? So you fall over, but you can change your direction by jumping and grabbing in the opposite upwards direction. However, sometimes if you don't time the grab perfectly, you will lose all of your speed and fall to the bottom. So All right, here's the other big change, which makes this version far inferior to the Genesis version. To the Japanese version. This is Itamor. His name is Itamor Lunch. That is his actual name, and I am in love with it. He is an abominable snowman. In the Japanese version, he is a cat, which makes the Japanese version far superior because cats are awesome. When I was a kid, my favorite video game was Bubsy. I had played it only once over at a friend's house, but it was the best game ever made because it had a cat in it. So this guy is the same every time. He's the boss with the least amount of RNG. The amount of jumps he can do is RNG. He can do either 3 or 4, but that does not change much time. The movement and the tech on actually fighting him is the same every time. However, he is one of the more difficult bosses. You have to really learn his pattern. Wow. The concept of Nekojita is what the Japanese version of Itamor is based on. And every time I mention what it is, someone yells at me and tells me I'm wrong. So Google it. Because I then switch to that person's definition, and then another person yells at me. If Google is wrong, you can yell at them. Moving on to the final world, I'm going to do an attempt at a glitch. I ran this game at AGDQ 2018 a long time ago, and I attempted this glitch here. I am infamously terrible at this glitch, which is funny because I get, like, first try on the frame perfect glitch, but this one I cannot do. I mean, that's not a glitch, it's just a trick. This is the only glitch in the run. This one I just cannot do. Also, the American-only booties. So, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to grab at a specific pixel here on the on this like section here, and this will allow me to go through this one-way pole. It is a rather precise grab. I'm doing very poorly at it because, like I said, this is my worst trick in the game, but I wanted to show it off. Now, the best part is in 100%, we don't need to do it. So I'm going to kill myself real quick so I can show you 100%, because I did none of the 100% ones in the previous world either. Why am I bad at this? Whatever, it's whatever percent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do whatever. So, like I said, I do not run 100% very often. So, those anti-gravity boots allow you to swim in the air. In the Japanese version, you're just swimming in the air with no reason. That's why they added the anti-grav boots. If you go up here fast enough, you can go into this 100% thing. I love the music in these levels. I mean, I just love the music in general. The music of this game is fantastic. Maguro did a really good job. There we go. And got it. Bouncity bounce. Great. Continue. In the in those bonus rooms, if you beat, so they have a score, a time. There's a time attack mode. They have a time labeled in there for the best that Sega employees could do when they were playing this game. They would do the time attack and then list their best times in there. And if you beat their times, which is certainly possible for many of them, I think some of them are literally not tasks possible to beat, so they probably lied. But if you do beat them, it says give up, which is very terrifying. But that's just what I want in my Sega Genesis games, is a little bit of horror in my cutesy game. So this is Commander Hat. Commander Hat is a jerk because sometimes your attacks just go right through him like that. Commander Hat Commander Hat, if you would please. We are on a schedule, Commander Hat. He has several patterns that he can do, and you just have to react to each pattern. It's pretty easy. Something that I haven't not mentioned that is a difference between the American and the Japanese version is, so some levels have special idle animations, like I showed the whoo, I'm hot, and the snowball. However, the other ones have like just a basic kind of like he's kind of happy and cute idle animation, unless you're playing the American version, where it's replaced with the boss levels animation where he's angry and ready to pump up, making it basically the first instance of Kirby is angry in America that I can think of. It's very weird, and I do not understand why they did it. Because the first Kirby game to do that, I believe, was Nightmare in Dreamland, which was quite a few years after this. Like, nearly 10? No, it was like 6. So this is another level where it's just complete the puzzle. The puzzle is usually put the crystal in the thingy. Pretty simple stuff. This level has a trick named after me. I am currently, I think, 5th place. Cronu bopped me semi-recently. But I haven't been running this very diligently. I've just been running it because I like to play it. I haven't been running for time. As you can tell from the fact that it's called whatever %. So this is the trick named after... Oh, I missed it. All right, well, that's a shame. So it's a 2-frame window where you do a jump and a grab, and you're able to move the quickest through this room. Most people don't do it. I am basically the only one who does the Liz strat because most people find it kind of annoying and difficult to do a 2-frame window trick. For some reason, I don't usually have a problem with that. That is the second time, though, I've missed it in a row in marathons, which is unfortunate. There is another trick in that level, in that room that I like to talk about. You can see that room had a bunch of platforms that move left and right. There's a trick called the pancake glitch, found by Kick-Ass Pancakes, our good friend and fellow Bless the Process founder, who he found out that if you have the platform pancake you into the teleporter and through the wall, it pushes you to the right side of the screen. And when you touch the right side of the screen in Ristar, that always means the level is ending. So the level end music starts to play, but the level does not end. If you mash frame perfectly, you crash the game. However, in the beta version, the level actually ended faster. So instead of crashing the game, you do end the level, which is pretty awesome. However, no one speedruns the beta version because it sucks. Basically, the beta version, you cannot change your direction with star mode at all. It will lock you in, which kind of removes a lot of the fun from like actually, running the game. Because the coolest part about this game is the star pole tech. All right, so here's the final bonus. This one I could never get as a kid. I had no idea how to do it. You have to kind of position yourself perfectly to grab the up the wall, like so, and like that. I could never figure that out as a kid. My friend. All right, so we're almost done. We have basically just 3 bosses in a row, and then we are heading on out. Wow! This game is so cute. I hope that if you have not played it, you've gained an appreciation for it and might think, hey, you know what? Maybe I should try this. Everyone should try Ristar at least once. Some people find it a little hard for their liking. It is pretty difficult, but if you enjoy 16-bit platformers, this is definitely one that should not be overlooked. So this is Uranim. let me focus real quick before I explain what I'm doing. So when you grab, you have iframes. So I'm abusing that in order to be inside of him and just beat the heck out of him. Also, depending on where you are positioned at what times, he will do a certain attack. So I want to take damage from him, move to the left until I'm here, and then he will do a Hadouken, which means you can then go back into him in time for your iframes to disappear, and just kick his butt. Moving on to the final world now. Oh. Automaton clear. So this is Greedy's Citadel. He has built a castle in a black hole. Do not ask me how it works. I am not a scientist. I am a literature major, so clearly I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. But it's a simple climb. It's a test of all your grabbing skills. Something I like to mention about this game is the game was originally called Feel, and it was based around the concept of what if we had a, most games involve the concept of sight, but this one, what if we make a game where the whole idea is around the sense of touch? So it's about being a young child exploring things through touch for the first time. That was the design concept behind this game. So this is Ionosis in Ibar 5000. That's bad RNG, Ibar. Thank you for that. I'm abusing what we call grab canceling, where if you grab down right as you're getting knocked left, it also works getting knocked right. You have your recoil, so you can attack him way faster. Okay, that was pretty good RNG. When he has his gun out, he cannot get knocked down. So we want him to use his gun as little as possible. All right. So on to the final boss. This is the evil Kaiser Greedy, who is trying to take over the galaxy and remove all fun and music. And he is one of the hardest bosses on the Sega Genesis. Most people, when they see me play it, are like, that looks extremely easy, Liz. What are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, I got the glitch. Yay! Sometimes that just does not die. No, this guy is very hard. He has multiple phases. This one, he teleports around very fast. It's kind of hard to react. And each time you hit him, he will drop more orblets. Okay, and then the next phase is the same every time. All right, time is coming up in just a second, by the way, so get ready on time. And time. When you know exactly where he's going to be in that last phase, it's way easier. If you don't, holy moly, he creates black holes and you have to, and teleports around you and slams you with lightning. Hey, that's a world record in whatever percent. Good stuff. And with that, the black hole collapses and eats the Citadel, and we blast away. Something about the story, by the way. The story in this game is slightly different in the American version. In the Japanese version, the people in the galaxy pray to their goddess Aruto to send someone to help them, and she sends her son Ristar. In this one, there's a galactic hero who was captured by Greedy, and his son goes to help instead. They just completely remove Aruto and replace her with Dad. There's a thing at the end of these credits, which I assume we're not going to see because they're pretty long credits. Although usually I dance to these credits. Yeah, it's Ristar. Later on in the marathon, I will be doing Learning with Liz, where I will be teaching someone how to play a speed game. I will be teaching people how to play this game. You get to choose who will learn it and which game. This is one of the ones. So if you liked the look of this, It is the hardest one to teach. So, you know, that's a thing. All right, so yeah, that's Ristar. We'll be doing more Learning with Liz later on. I also have another game coming up right after this called Bongo, which y'all might have heard of. If you know me at all, I'm very well known for Bongo. It is a task showcase of my score tasks for Bongo. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you again in just a moment. Bye, friends.
Good morning, GDQ Frost Fatales. It is I, Nikasor, here to bring in a next couple runs for a beautiful, beautiful speedrunning. It is a delight to be here. If you don't know why we're here right now, Frost Fatales is an all-women's speedrun event, and we are benefiting the Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back through investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. Did you know that we have a donation incentive to try and get Pokemon Snap played here? I am really looking forward to this. Also, so is BDragon28. They sent in $50 and said, let's get a wonderful, not a you were close, on the Pokemon Snap incentive. Donation goes to Tech Team's Choice. Also, Endless Revolt sent in $75. How cool is that? There is no comment, but we love you anyway. Another donation, Jake81 sends in $10 and says, hey Liz, big fan, love to catch your show whenever I get a chance. Luckily, this is your chance. We are ready for Bongo with Lizstar.